Jason Williams with Ironclad Underwriting here. It's brought to my attention that not everybody knows what a preferred return is in an apartment syndication. So I want to clarify some things for you right now. A preferred return is not a guaranteed return, but what it does mean is the LP position gets their money at the preferred return rate, say 7 or 8%. Investor is going to get 8% return on their money before you go into the GP LP split. So this basically means the LPs are making 100% of the money, if there is any money, before the GP team gets anything. A lot of people think that a preferred return means I need to be making 8% per year, and if I'm not getting anything, or if distributions are paused or anything, then I still need to be getting that 8%. And in investments, nothing is guaranteed, but there is generally an upside. Right now, we're facing a big old financial crisis basically with apartments where a lot of people are getting foreclosed on, a lot of distributions are paused, capital calls are happening. So all of these things play into investor returns. Well, worst case scenario is a foreclosure, which are happening, and that's when the investor return goes to zero. They lose everything. And capital call is trying to prevent that from happening. And paused distributions are, we don't need required capital, but we don't have enough to distribute, or we're trying to build up some reserves so that the property doesn't go into foreclosure. Or you have a big expense, taxes and insurance all due at the same time and kill returns. But if you do have a preferred return, keep in mind that it's cumulative. So every year that you don't get it adds up onto the back end, so that overall you will get it in the end. So if you invest $100,000, 8% would be $8,000 per year. So if it's a 5-year hold, you can assume you'll be making 5 times 8 is $40,000 over the life of the property. And this is before any GP LP split or any other waterfall structure. This is just a preferred return. So if you're making $40,000 over 5 years, what might end up happening is distributions are paused for say a year or two. And so we still owe you $40,000 before we get paid anything at all as a GP team. Now, I know other GP teams who don't do this, but our GP teams, if we are pausing distributions, the GP team is not taking an asset management fee. Asset management fee is a small percentage of the gross potential revenue each month that we're legally allowed to take to run the property. Generally, especially on smaller properties, this isn't very much. It's only like maybe $1,500 a month split between everybody on the GP team. So you're lucky if you bring in a couple hundred a month. That's not enough to live off of. And we're not even taking that until we can start distributions again. So I know other people who do take those asset management fees regardless of distributions or not. And that's just something that sticks in our craw, that we just can't justify to ourselves of taking a fee if we aren't even giving the investors what we projected for them. So I hope that answered some of your questions on a preferred return. Again, you will get it. It might not be on an annual basis, but we will pay you that whatever percent is. If it's 8% on 100,000, that's 8,000 a year that we're going to pay you, or do the best we can to pay you. And again, we're not going to take anything as a GP until you hit that point. So again, real estate is a good investment, typically a longer hold play. So even though things may look grim right now, in a couple years, things are going to iron themselves out, and they'll be good investments that'll pay off in the long run. So I'll catch you later. This is Jason Williams from Ironclad Underwriting. If you want to know more, click ironcladunderwriting.com link below.